Oh. Oh, well, YouTube has no white woman.
No, I know that. We're still recording Zoom as well.
Right, but still, I didn't even know it was going because the white woman didn't announce shit.
No, no, we aren't recording it. We are now though. Ready?
Oh, so okay. I understand. Now the white woman has let us know what is happening. Hello,
She said, "Get to
gentlemen.
work." That's what she said. She said, "We all got to get up, get to work." So here we go.
Hello, gentlemen.
Greetings.
Huzzah.
It seems like,
Ron, how was the wedding?
oh, it was good. Like it was like a 10-year like situation.
Oh,
My hair is doing something weird.
gotcha. There was no booty popping.
No, it was no twerking. It was very civil.
Don't like
No
that.
twerking for Jesus.
Mm.
But I did have my ankles out for the first time ever. I wore like some ankle, like the little, you know, little ankle pants, had me on some loafers, like
Look at Javon.
had a little white shirt, you know what I mean? Giving you that, that island style, had on the pleated little pant. I was like, okay, girl, you better get it.
Okay. Well, good. Good on you, bro.
Mhm. But I was not putting my hands on my knees for Jesus. I was just present. Mhm.
That's fair. I mean, some people would rather have that, you know.
I just try to keep it classy. That's
You
what I
know,
do. Yeah.
if I ever get married, I would prefer everyone to just twerk for Jesus, regardless.
Oh hell yeah! Like, first of all, I'm not going to be twerking for Jesus. I'm going to be watching the white people attempt to twerk and judging them. Like that's what I'm going to do. I don't know. Well, Javon is also. I can speak for him. Javon is going to do that as well. So, yeah.
I can't wait. You know what I mean? Obviously, this isn't going to happen, you know, unless a few things change, or whatever else happens. Like life is crazy that way. But when the time does occur, obviously, we want it to get real trashy real quick. So,
Well, I don't understand how y'all like it. It just really dissolves real quick at a white people wedding. Like
that's facts. That's actual facts.
It's like, oh, I do, and the next thing you know, y'all motherfuckers out here like standing on your head and shit, and I don't get it.
Any excuse to go back to the frat house. That's what I'm trying to say.
Right, and everybody goes to the frat house. Your mamas, your daddies, your grandma, like everybody's at the frat house at this point.
See, that's the thing. So, like, if my grandma's still around, like, we got to keep it PG. You know what I mean? But like, once she goes to bed, then it's like, all right, now we can go. Big Nance is asleep. Like, we got it now.
Wow, we just toning it down for your grandma though. You
Why
probably
not?
don't worry about it. I mean, she be making her knees touch her elbows. Look, put on the right music. Put on the twist, okay? Like she could be out here.
Oh, not the twist. Oh,
put on the twist. Hell yeah, she gonna be fucking getting it.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know what they do. Like that's what they do. Yeah, fuck it.
I mean, my mom had to get it. My mom had to get it from somewhere. So you know what I mean?
Right. You know what I mean? K2 had to do something. Javon, like, what's going on with you? Like, what is happening?
Not much. Just work.
Oh, and he's muted himself.
Well, he's not muting. You see, he's taking a blunt break.
Oh, it's a blunt. Oh, he's muted himself and now can't get himself off mute. This is amazing.
No.
Javon. This is shit.
The face of defeat, bro. No. Oh, geez.
Are you even gonna try to figure it out? Oh, he got it.
Okay. Yes, I can't decline the call because if I decline the call, then they know I'm here.
Oh.
So you gotta let it ring so they don't know that they call. Because once you decline it, then they know, oh, you fucking up. You decline my call. Nah, I'm gonna let that bitch ring.
Oh, okay. Got it.
But talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves.
See that, ladies and gentlemen? When the office calls, You just let it ring out. You don't hit that red button.
You don't at all. Like, well, what I'm gonna do, because we're here to talk about wrestling, right? And Monday night will be back. Don't worry. Like, right? He will be back. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the hardest part of the ring with your host, the guy that's never ever taken any mess, better than the best, Teron Bishop. In the empty seat, he's always putting the needle on the record and making it flow. It is WWE's creative manager, Mr. Monday Night. And, if you broke, no, he don't want it because he can't enjoy the lunch with a broke bitch. That's true. Hollywood, Jacoby.
Look, bottomless mimosas cost effective, but still, you know what I mean? Like, there's always that, but come on. Like, you can't even throw in for the tip. Like, come on now. Like,
Jesus.
That's not it, girl. Like, that's not it.
Right. So Monday night is missing at the moment, everybody. And I mean, an empty seat is very weird. However, we have to continue on the show. So Jacoby, what in the news has you intrigued right now?
Interesting. Okay. So, well, I'm not sure where you were going to go, but for me, I would say that I'm going to come to the table with this story, and I feel like you have a lot to say about this, and that is that WWE is reportedly planning on having a women's tag team tournament to crown new champions.
Okay.
My question to you, right? What's the over-under on them getting as much screen time as they had before? I get that the optimism should be high. Raw has 3 hours, but is there a reason to be more optimistic about these titles this time around, or are we just going to forget about it after a month?
So here's the thing. They have a opportunity to correct the ship. Don't forget, Triple H is really big on women's wrestling, right?
Right.
If it wasn't for Trip, we wouldn't get the 4 horsewomen that we have today. So I'm very much sure that this particular situation will be handled with tender love and care. It should be a lot of face time when it comes down to these particular championships, because again, they have enough women on the roster to elevate the titles.
Mm-hmm.
They got enough top talent to, push your next big things should have the women's tag team championships. That's the way it needs to be looked at. I don't know if it is really perceived like that prior to, they were just titles just to be titles, which was the wrong move, right?
Right. Yeah, they were just there because WWE was basically pressured to put them out there.
Absolutely. Kevin Nash also stated in an interview this week that Raw being 3 hours is hurting them right now. Well, that third hour, if we could use it properly, right, it would be a whole different situation. And things like in the third hour, the secondary title should be highlighted. The women's championship should be highlighted. You have enough content there to really fill out the third hour, and make it really enjoyable. So, look, man, use the women's titles to elevate the women. Point blank, period.
Yeah,
this is how I feel.
I entirely agree, but that raises the second part of the question, right? So should there be any optimism that Sasha Banks and or Naomi come back due to the reinstatement of their titles?
Oh, most definitely. They need to come back and finish what they started. At this point, they made a statement. They are the champions. Mm-hmm. I'm happy they're holding the tournament, but at the same breath, I wish they just kind of just gave them back to the people that put them down in the first place and continued the story.
Sure,
vacated. Sure. I mean, you have to do the tournament, but why do these people? For me, why do they have to earn their spot again?
Right. Well, see, that's the interesting part because, and I think Javon would probably side with me on this, given that this was his stance on the situation. They quit on the title. So to me, it's okay, if you come back, you should have to compete for them as well because you relinquished your titles. You threw them on the desk, proverbially. You know what I mean? That's just how I feel. It's why wouldn't you compete? Sure, give it back to them or put them in the finale, but to me, it's like, hey, look, like y'all, we get like your concerns with the way that they were being booked and you know, there are a bunch of other factors that went into that as well. However, looking at it now with Triple H and Stephanie obviously being the two heads of this company along with Nick Khan, it's like now they realize that, hey, there's much more opportunity for us to succeed and really, you know, do more stuff so we can come back, right? And for me, if I'm Triple H, I'm like, look, yes, obviously we want you to be here, you know, especially like Naomi, Sasha Banks are two of the best wrestling women in the world. Why wouldn't we want them back? However, you did leave. So for me, it's like, yeah, like you'd have to at least give us, you know, at least pretend that you had a climb to get back into the title picture. That's how I feel.
I am still a firm component on Naomi and Sasha Banks. Mm-hmm. I still really feel that they should be exploring their options.
Sure.
I mean,
yeah, why not? I mean, I agree with that too. Like, if you're gonna make more money elsewhere, you know what I'm saying? Why would you come back? Like, you've done everything in WWE at this point. Why would you come back unless you have a story in mind that you want to really tell and come back for the right price? You know, if you're living easy, why wouldn't you? You know what I mean? You don't have to come back if you don't want to.
Absolutely. Like, so I'm pretty sure we will see coming up here soon what that direction looks like when it comes down to Sasha. It's gonna happen. Like, it's gonna happen sooner than later. It's gonna be really quick.
Sure. Yeah.
It's gonna be really quick. Yeah. So what I have to bring to the table is the fact that Becky Lynch put out a promo months ago when she went against Liv Morgan, saying that you told the fans that you want to see Liv be a champion, but once she becomes a champion, you're going to turn on her. And that turn is basically, it's already started. Oof. So, you know, last week's SmackDown fans really did not take the Liv, and it was not a pretty sight. Like, I kind of felt bad for her because she didn't do anything wrong.
No, she's just been thrown in this situation wherein, you know, she got the big win. Now it's like, okay, well, where do we go from here? She doesn't really have an established, well, I don't want to say she doesn't have an established rival because Ronda's coming back eventually. But like, from the fans' perspective, I can understand why they'd be a little upset, not upset, but a little bit displeased with her run so far because the way it's been booked has been pretty crappy. And it's not like she's getting a lot of support. I mean, you remember the Natalya thing? Like, from an outsider's perspective, obviously we're not in the locker room. I love Liv Morgan as a person. I think that she's great. I think that her winning the title meant a lot. But now it's all comes down to booking and her. She's got to deliver on both sides. She got to deliver in the ring, outside of the ring, and she's got to get support from her creative team. Well, so far it's kind of like, okay, well, now she's going to be in a position where she's going to challenge, Shayna Baszler. It's like, okay, well, what is Shayna Baszler to the WWE fans? Like,
I mean, okay, fair. However, whose fault is that?
Hey, not hers. I'll tell you that.
Like, yeah, Shayna Baszler should be a fucking beast. Like, you know, at the end of the day, her and Ronda Rousey should be running they should be the women's tag team champions, to be honest with you. I would be A-okay with that.
That'd be lit.
They're a menacing two.
Sure.
And I would really believe that they would just run the division. And right. I'm okay with that.
Right. And we remember how Hunter booked her in NXT as Ronda Rousey. You know what I'm saying? So for both of them to eventually get together would be great. But the way that Shane is booked currently, it's like, or the way she's been booked since her call up from NXT, I mean, it's just been steady, just mid-card to no-card type bullshit. And like, when they need her for main event stuff, they put her in there expecting fans to like rejoice or root against her or whatever, and like she doesn't get those reactions because people don't even know her, to be honest with you. Like,
let's just stop playing games though. Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler, Sonya Deville, all in the faction, find somebody to talk for him. Done. Like,
sure. Yeah.
Move on with the day.
Right there. What's Zelina doing? Nothing. You could have her talk for him.
Print money. Like, you know what I mean? Move on with the day. At the end of the day, Ronda Rousey is a draw, right? Mm-hmm. Shayna Baszler and Sonya Deville, we love them. They're just fighters, though. They are characters. Like, at the end of the day. So just put them all together and make it work. I would enjoy the fuck out of that. Like, go for it.
I agree with that. What about you, Giovanni? What do you think?
Liv Morgan's title run right now. Liv's Morgan title run right now. Like, what does that look like to you? Like, they're booing her already, Javon. I don't know. You maybe mentioned it on Twitter. They're booing her already. Yeah, Becky told you it was gonna happen. Right?
We can't have nice things. That's it. Now I will say this: the booking ain't helped her any. Like if that's the finish you was gonna do at SummerSlam, okay, but I wouldn't have had the girl like tap out.
Right.
Yeah. I wouldn't have had that. Or if at least you're gonna do it where it's more of you can't really tell which happened at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, have her kick
like
out.
Her tap came a lot too early where it's like, oh damn, yeah, you really tapped out. Where it should have been like more of a at the same time. So then when she made that excuse on SmackDown, it would make a little more sense. Like that whole excuse was like, you do realize he was at 2 when you tapped out, right? And I think that's where people are now like booing her and everything, because like that was kind of heelish.
Do you lean into the heel turn though?
No.
Yeah, I don't think she could.
She's
face. She's got to stay face at this point.
The SmackDown already ain't got faces to begin with, so nah. She's like literally the only one except in who else is on the SmackDown roster? And Raquel.
Yeah,
that's it. Like everybody else is pretty much a heel, and Aaliyah, and we ain't doing shit with her.
13th grade.
All right.
Let's roll back.
You know Charlotte on her way back eventually, so she got to be a heel.
Yeah. Let's roll it back, Joe Javon, real quick. Sasha and Naomi return to WWE tomorrow. Do they pick up the titles and just go? Should they just be handed their titles back? Like, act like it has never happened.
Fuck no, can't.
They got to earn them?
Yeah, it's like, you could, but we all know it happened. And that's the problem. Had they not even mentioned that shit on TV, then we probably could have been okay. Had they not mentioned that they walked out, that they was stripped of the titles, had they just disappeared, then yeah, you easily could do it. But it's like, once you done said all that and we already know what's going on, then it's like, nah, put them in the tournament. Or let the tournament happen and then give them that CM Punk moment where you have the new champions in the ring and then Sasha and Naomi come back with the original titles. And that's how, and then you build to a unification match, right? Unification match.
Triple H gonna be smart about it. Like, I feel like Triple H gonna be real intelligent about this whole situation. But is this, who does this move back to WWE? Talk about Sasha Banks and Naomi. Who does this really benefit? Does it benefit Naomi and Sasha Banks in the same way? Does it benefit Sasha Banks more? Does it benefit Naomi more? Should Naomi come back? Like, she's free. Like, at this point,
free to do what?
Go wrestle somewhere else.
Okay. Unpopular opinion. I love Naomi. I really do. I don't need to see. I don't need to see her anywhere else. Because if she goes somewhere else, she's exposed. She's great in the WWE for what they do, the entertainment. Don't throw her out there with the wrestlers. Don't throw her out there with Serena Deeb. Don't throw her out there with the Britt Bakers of the world that can actually get out there and freaking wrestle, and they actually like do 30-minute matches. Something that you ain't doing in WWE, and we don't even know if you're even capable of doing, because guess what? You didn't wrestle the independents.
Look,
so like I say, I love Naomi. She's great for what she does, but she need to stay in that lane, that WWE lane.
Is she a diva?
Yes.
Yeah, she's like one of the last ones. But yeah. Yeah, her and Natty have never gone 30 minutes.
But I will say this: Natty's more of a wrestler than Naomi. I would trust Natty to do a 30-minute match more so than Naomi doing a 30-minute match.
You know what? I can't disagree with what you're saying because it's right. So you got to just kind of take that on the chin and keep moving. Like you really do. It's not even being an asshole. You just have to really kind of just like, oh, bro, here we go. We just took this one on the chair. Have a good day.
Like I ain't trying to trash Naomi or anything. I think like she's amazing.
I love her. I love her style. Like it's just when you put it Serena Deeb versus Naomi, do I want to see that? No. Like
Like absolutely no shade though, but like yeah, no, it's a no from me.
Javon, what you got newsworthy? What you got that's newsworthy?
Well, what have I already missed in the news?
We talked about Sasha Banks and Naomi potential comeback. We talked about Liv Morgan, getting booed, which is a big deal. I mean, other than that, like that's really what we kind of hit on. Nothing crazy.
Oh, okay. Well, my news is that we back on top.
Cool.
WWE back on top. We're righting the ship. We're righting all the wrongs.
What is this, round 4? Like what
it is. Because guess what? Now my man Karrion Kross is back.
Your man?
Y'all been hating on this man for too damn long. It's on now. It's on and popping now. Fuck all that. I heard y'all talking.
It's the debut for me. Like, you know what I mean? I was just like, yo, my man came back looking like Karrion Kross with Scarlett.
Yes.
She's still allowed to keep her OnlyFans?
Ooh.
Sure, keep it. She ain't showing no
titties
it's not, anyway.
I'm gonna say it's PG-13, but you know.
Yeah, Zelina still has hers.
Oh,
there you go.
Oh shit, she do. Okay, that's fair. So this is a very aggressive move, Javon. Like Triple H, this is news on multiple levels. Because when you think about it, Triple H ain't playing. Like he is like, I am righting the wrongs, which now you have to really think real hard of some wrongs that happened in the past.
Yeah,
that could be righted real quick.
Oh, he already started. Ciampa's getting a push.
Mm-hmm.
That showed me right there. Once he started winning. Oh, I was like, oh, he really in power. He about to show his ass.
And Ciampa's fucking out here cutting these promos like he's back in NXT too. Like, oh my god, bro, that promo he did talking about Lashley was so good. Like,
where does the limit stop though? Like, if I'm Tony, I am thinking about the world in a different way.
True. You can't be like, I beat Triple H already. Like you can't go in with that attitude of being like, well, I won the first round. But it's like now he's gotten plenty more resources than he's ever had at NXT.
Yep.
And anybody that's over there right now, I don't trust anybody. Like at this point, your payroll ain't your payroll no more. Ain't nothing solidified. Ain't nothing guaranteed. You may think you got it. You may think you got the bucks. At this point, all bets are off to me. Once I saw Karrion Kross come back, once I saw Io Shirai or Io Sky back on the main roster, when I saw Dakota Kai show back up, I'm just like, this man ain't playing. Give it a couple of weeks. Bray gonna be back. Like
I was about to say the same thing. Like the Fiend's about to show up at Survivor Series or some crazy shit. Bro.
It's just about to get fucking real, dude. And also Vince's idea of Roman Reigns. I love Roman Reigns as the double champ. You know what I mean? I love it. But that whole idea is about to get blown up. Like it's about to get blown up. It has to. And it's a perfect way to do it now. Because Karrion Kross is gonna walk away with one of those titles.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
It just works. Javon, I'm gonna tell you it works, and I'm gonna tell you why. And it ain't gonna be something clean or Roman's still gonna look real strong. But
no, I'm just trying to think of Karrion Kross versus Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. What would that do?
It would
I don't know.
Randy's
that might tough. But go ahead. That might be a little tough, but go ahead.
No, Cody. Fuck no. Now Cody versus Roman. Like, if Cody versus Roman is the thing, because Cody don't got nobody. I mean, because Roman don't got nobody. Cody is the person for Roman.
And then I can do Karrion Kross and Logan Paul. Oh, okay. Go ahead. I like that. All right.
I like that too. But you forgetting that Triple H's other poster child is there, which is Kevin Owens. So it's about to go down. If y'all don't think this shit about to get real, the storylines, Triple H will come at us with 90s Fast and Furious. It's gonna be title match after title match after story after story. You got to really keep up. He's gonna keep you at the edge of your seat. He's gonna treat Raw and SmackDown, which the SmackDown method works. I don't think he needs to really tweak that, but he's gonna keep you on that NXT level of thinking when it comes down to WWE Raw matches. It's gonna be fast, it's gonna be furious, it's gonna be like, oh, this person's up, oh shit. Like, I thought they were fighting this week. Nope, they're fighting this week now. Like, this person's a title contender. He's gonna elevate people so quickly, it's gonna make our heads spin.
What do you think this does for guys like Ricochet, though?
Ricochet, like, you know what I mean? Triple H got anybody that was in NXT that's been mistreated. If you are secure in your spot on the main roster, don't be secure. And people like Brock love him, respect, right? But now your time at the top is done. You had your era. Like, now it's time to make room for new people in their era. The Ciampas, the Gargano. When Gargano show up on whatever show he show up on, everybody's gonna melt down. And if you put Gargano in the Austin Theory with him and Austin together, that shit is gonna be on. Triple H is going to show his ass. And I do agree with Javon. Tony.
Hey,
you about to get put in your place. Like,
but what's the thing though? Like, what's the thing that's going to shift the power? I mean, obviously the power scale still favors, Connecticut, but like, what's the thing you think that they're gonna have to do to get Tony to be like, oh my God? Like, is it poaching somebody off that roster? Is it just continuing to have bangers after bangers of pay-per-views or PLEs? Like, what about it is going to be the thing? Because in his mind, I'm sure he's like, oh, well, I'm not too scared, but at the same time, I don't know what really, it's hard to kind of gauge it.
The people that went to AEW, they're not loyal to AEW. They're loyal to Triple H. Like, that's the problem. Think about the people that left. A lot of them are NXTers.
Yeah, look.
A lot of them. Yeah. A lot of them are just like the people that really, really care about and love the direction of Triple H. Now their daddy is in power. And you think that Triple H is going to be like, oh, it's not even about a war anymore. Triple H is going to get what's his back. And the dangerous part is before all of this shit happened, Cody was the first person to jump ship. So now everybody knows they can do it and it work. They can go back and it's going to work. Now they know it's going to work because nobody's going to stop them.
Well, it's fascinating too because Miro is reportedly not happy with his current position in AEW.
Being a Triple H guy, he need to stay his ass at AEW and let the roster dump out a little bit so he can move up. That's what I think. Javon, am I wrong?
He signed a 4-year contract with AEW, so he's not even really eligible unless he asked for his release. So,
who?
Miro.
Oh, yeah, he's stuck. A lot of them are stuck, and I think that's going to be that's the interesting part. A lot of them are kind of stuck, though.
I mean, you think this helps the Max thing, like MJF leaving?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty substantially.
Yeah, it helps him. He gets more money.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, he knows I'm like, now he knows, like, okay, Tony really going to pony up now.
Right, and he knows that Triple H watches. He knows Triple H and Stephanie watch everything. So
on this whole disarray with Ring of Honor and your idea with that, this whole like Rampage not being a fucking real show, this whole AEW Dark Elevation not being one confined object in an NXT brand, like Tony needs to get his shit together real fucking quick if he even wants to be considered competition, because this one man is literally about to change the game. That's it. You've seen him do it.
Yeah.
So talking about doing it, we need to do this break. So we about to do that. We'll be right back.